Hey everyone, welcome to the top trending stories of the day. Now first up, if you were watching the announcement of the royal baby's birth on Monday, you'll be familiar with this unassuming character. Town crier Tony Appleton stood and rang his bell as he read the birth announcement of Prince George Alexander Louis to a roaring crowd in front of St Mary's Hospital in London, crying out, "The firstborn of the Royal Highness, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge." Well, Appleton is in fact a town crier, but not, as it turns out, of London, but of Great Baddow, which is in borough in Essex. And get this, he told Yahoo News that he wasn't even invited. He said, "I just crashed the party. I got out of my cab and stood in front of the step because I didn't think I would be allowed on them, and did my bit. It was a great atmosphere. It was like the Olympics." And then he says also that he says that because he also crashed the Olympics. As Rachel Maddow pointed out, he just likes showing up to major events. And if you're wondering where the real town crier of London was for the birth, well, sadly, he actually passed away a number of years ago. So it seems that the job is open. Maybe Appleton's name is now in the running. Now, moving right along, 2 teenage girls were arrested for armed robbery, and at the time of the arrest, they had a rather incriminating photo on their cell phone. Now, Gawker is reporting that a pair of Swedish cousins could have talked their way out of an arrest if they hadn't snapped photos of themselves dressed as robbers and holding knives just before committing the act. Yeah, oops. The teens were accused of robbing a hamburger joint in late March and threatening to stab the staff. Swedish news source The Local says that the pair managed to escape with $370 in cash, but were traced by police dogs back to their grandmother's home. Now, if the photo on the phone wasn't enough, there was also a bag of knives outside the house. Not very clever, girls. So overall, not the sharpest knives in the burger joint. That's like a saying, right? And up next, the San Francisco News Network that reported the fake racist names of the Asiana Flight 214 has fired several employees involved in the snafu. KTVU has reportedly fired the producer, investigative reporter, and a special projects producer associated with the story. Those firing follow the NTSB letting go the summer intern that confirmed the names to the station. And you'll remember that after the station received the confirmation, anchor Tori Campbell then read the phony names from the prompter while they were also displayed on screen. In a statement, KTVU General Manager Tom Raponi said that the decision to dismiss the employees was made out of consideration to the Asian community. Now, it's still unclear if there are going to be more firings, but we will keep you posted. Now, up next, I love this story. An Alabama man got the shock of his life when he found out his daughter was alive 45 years after her alleged death. Charles Lutzow and his pregnant wife Stella took a brief break that spanned 2 months at the end of her pregnancy. She told him that their baby girl had died during childbirth, but Stella had actually put the young girl up for adoption, and that was a secret that she took to the grave. This past winter, their daughter, Kerry Abercrombie, searched the adoption registry and Facebook to track down her biological family, eventually getting in contact with her brother. And recently, according to WIFR, Kerry met her father and extended family for the first time. Lutzow told the station that it's a godsend that they're back together. Such a sweet story. And our last trendy story is even sweeter. Dunkin' Donuts has just announced that it is going to open its first stores in Los Angeles and Orange County. According to the LA Times, Dunkin' Donuts has signed agreements to open 45 stores in Southern California. The stores are expected to begin opening in 2015. Now, if that doesn't seem like a big deal to you, you've obviously never been stuck in traffic with a craving for a hazelnut iced coffee, have you? But if you're like me and you cannot wait another 2 years, good news is that the company says it's going to start opening locations in colleges, supermarkets and airports over the next few months. So get the moo-moos and elasticated pants at the ready. And that's it for today's top trending stories. Let us know which one was your favourite in the comments next to the video player. And don't worry, there's plenty more HuffPost Live coming tomorrow bright and early at 10 a.m. from New York. From everyone in LA, night.